Welcome back to Adventures with Hayden and Simon. Today we're taking a deep dive into one of the most legendary roller coasters in the world, Nemesis Reborn at Alton Towers. This inverted beast was Europe's first of its kind back in 1994, and after a massive refurb it returned in 2024 as a darker, fiercer version, black track, red veins, updated theming and the same heart-pounding thrills. In this video we will cover the full history of this amazing ride, from the initial idea right the way through to the present day. We'll have all the stats, incredible facts and what makes this ride still one of the best in the UK. Let's unleash the beast. The story starts in the early 1990s. Alton Towers wanted a game changer for their Forbidden Valley area. It was codenamed Secret Weapon 3, SW3, and it was designed by B&M. That's of course not B&M the retail store, B&M the roller coaster designers. This would be their first inverted coaster outside North America and the first in Europe. To fit the strict planning rules which are held across the whole Alton Towers estate, which is no visible structures over the tree lines, they literally had to dig a massive quarry pit in the ground. Following construction, the ride opened on March 19, 1994 at a cost of £10 million, which was a huge amount of money at the time. Riders were plunged into the story of an alien predator called Nemesis, unearthed during excavations, with the Phalanx fighting to contain it. Let's have a look at the original stats for Nemesis. The track length was 716 metres, which is 2,349 feet. The height is 13 metres, 43 feet above ground. Might not seem a lot, but remember, the drop is massive thanks to the huge pit that was dug. Nemesis reached a top speed of 80 kilometers per hour, which is 50 miles per hour. There are 4 inversions, which was the loop, a 0G roll, corkscrew and another loop. G-forces reached up to 3.5 Gs and the ride time was about 1 minute 20 seconds of non-stop intensity. Here's a fun fact for you. Nemesis was so groundbreaking that it got its own fizzy drink and a comic book. Nemesis quickly became a cult classic, consistently ranking in the world's best steel coasters. Let's fast forward to 2022. After nearly 30 years, the original track and supports were showing wear. On September 21st, 2022, Alton Towers announced Nemesis would close on the 6th of November 2022, which was the end of the season. This was no ordinary maintenance, this was a full retracking project. The plan was to replace most of the track from the lift hill crest to the brake run, swap out 89 of the 117 supports and refresh the theming. It was one of the biggest overhauls Alton Towers had ever done. For this project, the park didn't need new planning permission, just a certificate of lawfulness. Because the layout stayed the same, work began immediately after closure. Track and supports were dismantled piece by piece. The transformation was massive. The old white track was replaced with brand new black steel with glowing red veins, giving it a menacing alien vein look that tied beautifully into the Nemesis story. theming got a huge upgrade. Station building painted dark grey and black, pipes were cleaned up, and new alien motifs everywhere. The queue line was rerouted for better views, restoring the classic hilltop vista from 1994. New posters, lighting and immersive elements around Forbidden Valley to enhance the alien containment lore. Track changes focused on smoothness and longevity, sand-filled rails to reduce noise, modern B&M manufacturing for a buttery ride feel. The lift hill, brake run and station stayed original, but everything else was refreshed. Nemesis Reborn opened to massive crowds on March 16, 2024. Early riders raved about the smoother ride, although it was still the same layout, but noticeably less rattle, and it was such a much more polished ride. Let's have a look at the current stats for Nemesis Reborn. And yes, they are actually the same as the original, but the ride feels so much fresher. Let's run through those stats though. The track length is 716 metres. The height is 13 metres, which doesn't sound a lot, but remember that huge quarry pit that was dug up to allow the ride to meet the planning permissions and not go above the height of the tree lines. So therefore, when you do reach the 13 metres high, because of that pit, when you're dropping, it is certainly a thrilling experience, and it is maximum intensity for all riders. Nemesis Reborn reaches a top speed of 50 miles per hour, and there are 4 inversions, which is a loop, a 0G roll, corkscrew and another loop. G-forces on this ride go up to 3.5 Gs. There are 2 trains which are used on Nemesis Reborn, each with 8 cars holding a total of 32 riders. I have always found the staff here on Nemesis Reborn to be excellent. They are constantly unloading and loading trains up at a really fast rate, so the throughput even on busy days is excellent. If we jump to the present day, Nemesis Reborn is still going strong. There's no major issues. The ride is extremely popular at the Alton Towers resort. The new black and red aesthetic fits perfectly with Forbidden Valley's dark alien vibe. It's proof Alton Towers can future-proof icons while keeping the soul intact. And there you have it, the full story of Nemesis Reborn from 1994 legend to 2024 rebirth. This is one of the most iconic coasters ever, now smoother and scarier than ever. Have you visited Alton Towers Resort and ridden Nemesis Reborn yet? What was your favourite part of the ride or theming detail? Why not drop it in the comments and smash that like button if you've learned something new and enjoyed the video today. And please subscribe for more UK theme park deep dives, and in fact deep dives from rides across the world. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you've all enjoyed it and have a great day.